Alright, what's going on, dudes, and welcome back to Minecraft. What's that? Oh, what am I doing? Oh, nothing much. Just rolling around my sweet ride, popping some wheelies, doing some tricks here and there. Just, shredding the gnar. Oh no! My bike! It has been destroyed in a completely unplanned accident. We better get started so that we can figure out how to craft a new one. Was I heavy enough there on the sarcasm? Alright, fantastic. So this is the PokeCycles mod. It sort of goes hand in hand with Pixelmon if you choose to install them side by side, and it gives you the ability to craft the bikes that are available in the Pokemon games. So inconveniently, the bike we were just riding happened to get destroyed. So someone was kind enough to make this whole layout of chests detailing how we make a new one. So in order to make a bike, you're going to have to craft some bike parts, which themselves have crafting recipes. So we'll start off with the spokes. Spokes are made using 5 iron ingots. You'll get a spoke in return. It's kind of faint, it's hard to see on the gray background, but nonetheless, there is one right there. Then if you surround a spoke in some black wool, you'll get a full bicycle wheel in return. You're going to need 2 of those in order to craft a bike, because bikes do have 2 wheels. Next up, you'll need some handlebars, which, again, is the crafting recipe. Handlebars in return, a seat, crafting recipe, and what a seat looks like. And last but not least, you'll need a frame, which sort of looks like a crossbow in the crafting recipe, but I assure you it gives you a bicycle frame in return. So once you have all your parts, again, you'll need 2 wheels. This isn't quite yet a unicycle mod, maybe in the future. So the way you craft a bike is by putting the handlebars, the seats, the frame, and the 2 wheels together like so, and you differentiate the acro bike and the mock bike with different dyes. So orange dye on the back here will give you the acro bike, and the mock bike can be made by putting blue lapis lazuli dye on the back here, and you get the mock bike in return. So the acro bike, short for acrobat bike, is a more trick-oriented bike, whereas the mock bike, believe it or not, is more speed-oriented. So let's lay them both out here, and we can take them both for a spin. You sort of got a taste for the acro bike a couple seconds ago, but it doesn't hurt to give it another try. So yay, I have a new acro bike. I'm so happy now I can continue to shred the gnar. Dude, bro, for real, totally radical. So as you ride around, if you tap spacebar with the acro bike, you'll do a bunny hop. If you hold spacebar down, you will do a wheelie. Now, if you run into things like animals and jump off of cliffs, it's quite entertaining, I must say, but it will make your bike lose some durability. So earlier on, I just sort of, I did some pre-damage to my bike so that when I would run into the horse, it would just break. And, serve as a really good segue into the beginning of going over the mod. I just jumped over a horse because I am Dave Mira BMX Trick Master. So that's the acro bike. It's a little bit slower though, is the downside to it. So let's jump off of it, and you'll notice that the acro bike not in really good shape there. Kind of a bummer. So let's try out the mock bike before we actually get into repairs. So it seems there's actually a little bit of a bug with the mock bike at the moment, to where if you actually run into things, it doesn't seem to lose its durability. Now that's not because it just has super high durability, because if you hit it with like a sword or your fist, it actually takes damage faster than the acro bike does. So I think it's just a bug at the moment, but it's a bug that works in your favor in that you don't have to worry about your mock bike getting destroyed. Anyway, the mock bike is just faster, but it doesn't have the ability to wheelie. It still has the ability to bunny hop though. Although I should clarify, you don't actually need to bunny hop in order to get up blocks that are 1 high, although it's a little bit janky when you go up without bunny hopping, because you sort of submerge into the block somewhat. Again, just another minor bug that will hopefully be fixed in the next iterations of the mod. Anyway, so that's the mock bike. Gets you from point A to point B a little bit quicker. Just doesn't have the ability to do some steezy wheelies. That's about it. So again, we ran into a bunch of things there, but the mock bike's still at for full durability because of that little bug. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into repairs, because as you may have noticed earlier, when our bike was destroyed, it doesn't give us all the parts back that we need in order to craft a new one. So when your bike gets to low durability, you're going to want to repair it so you don't actually have to invest into all the parts once again. So you got a few options for repair. First one is a screwdriver. That does the least amount of repair per click, and it has the least amount of uses per item. This is the crafting recipe. Wrench is just another tier up. Hammer is yet another tier up, another crafting recipe. And if you craft all three, screwdriver, wrench, and hammer, and put them together in the workbench, then you can get bicycle tools in return. This is like a toolkit. And it has the highest durability and also does the most amount of repair per click. So actually, let's just fetch all the tools out of here, and we can compare them really quickly because our bike has a fair bit of health loss there. So we'll start off with the screwdriver, since it's the least durable, and right-click does a little bit of repair, but also, again, it'll run out of uses in 15 times. So wrench is next up, does a little bit more repair. Hammer next up, even more, and the bicycle tools does the most amount of repair per click. So there we go. We can just fix it on up, broom broom, and we're good to go once again. So if I actually manually hit the mock bike, it'll take damage. It actually takes more damage than the acro bike does, as you'll notice. Again, you can fix it right up. And good to go. So that's about it for the two bikes. One more thing to note with the mod is that when you install it, it will actually now generate bike shops in villages. So that's this concrete building right here with the yellow and orange awning. This is the bike shop, and if we head on inside, there are a couple bikes on display that we can't steal, unfortunately, because they belong to the bike shop. So anti-grief by default there. And there's a salesman as well. What's up, dude? He's shaking his head like, nah, you already have a bike. You don't need to come in here and take the parts. Although your parts are kind of a ripoff. I think, again, something that should be addressed in the future for balance is that's a lot of emeralds in order to get a bike frame and a seat and spokes, etc., etc. So a little bit of balance may be in order, just so that it's a viable alternative to actually crafting them manually with resources you collect. Anyway, that's about it for the bike shop. Just a nifty little new structure that you can find in villages when you have the mod installed. So that's about it for the PokeCycles mod. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, a rating would be much appreciated. Other than that, if you want to know more about the mod, any more info on it and stuff, feel free to follow the link in the description. It'll take you to the forum page. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.